daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
America's top billionaires selling over $9 billion worth of stock just this year. Topping the list is the Walton family, selling $4.5 billion worth of Walmart shares. They have sold over $25 billion of stock since 2016.
And what does that tell you? We keep being told by the fake business news network, oh, the economy's great, everything's fine, boy, the consumer's resilient. That is a bunch of nonsense. As a matter of fact, Walmart, I think he's the CEO, Bill Simon, he came on and he was talking the other day about how the impact that this recession is having. He's basically saying we are in a recession. Everybody knows we're in a recession. This is the only president out of all the presidents that refuses to accept that two back-to-back negative quarters as a recession. But Walmart, they're seeing the consumer up front, and what he's saying is that they're just households, American households, are really having a big problem, and they're getting tapped out. Now, this is coming from Walmart, so you're better off listening to this guy than a fake business news network or guys from from the White House, right? Like this guy Bernstein keeps telling us how great things are. But it was interesting I saw that this morning. I just wanted to share that with you. Another big problem is manufacturing. This is the first time in 31 months that manufacturing, the ISM, has gone under 50. And when you go under 50, that's a reading of red flags, okay? That means we're in a recession. So we got manufacturing that is really new orders. They're just hard. There's none, hardly. Okay, so manufacturing's in deep trouble. Walmart, he sees the consumers; they're in deep trouble. Just the opposite of everything we're hearing from this White House and everything we're hearing from the fake business news network. The reality is, just like the guy from Walmart says, workers, especially the middle class worker, they're in much worse shape than we are being told. We're being lied to every day by the fake business news network and by White House jibber jabbers. They're resilient. No, they're not. Americans are working much harder. You are. Every American's working harder. And they're making less. The amount of jobs, second jobs, are at a record. If things were so good and they're so resilient, why do so many people have a second job? We're being lied to every day. All this stuff they're telling us is nothing but a lie. Just terrible. If you take May, June, and now July, the employment data identifies the economy is really weakening. Not getting stronger as we're being told every day. Okay, I mean, like this guy here.
Despite very sharp rate hikes, the economy is holding up quite well.
My God. So who do you want to believe? Walmart CEO or this fake business news network gal on CNBC? Who do you want to listen to? Construction spending. That's something I look at all the time. Construction spending. What's going on with construction spending? That's a big one. Besides employment, of course. But it's in the seventh quarter decline. And then year over year, new and existing home sales are negative. You take them both by an average of 20%. Household starts for the fourth consecutive quarter, let's say year over year, is in a decline. Now, this is the big one, too. Durable goods, that's an important one. 4 straight quarters negative. Now, durable goods is important because durable goods are the big items, like we talked about yesterday, the appliances, the big screen TVs, vans, cars, all those sort of things, durable goods, those big items. People don't have the money. They don't have the money. Orders are down for 4 straight quarters. We haven't seen that since 2009. But the fake business network is telling, oh, everything's fine. Everything's just fine. That's why you got to learn how to rotate your stocks. For the people who are still staying in those same 5 to 7 tech stocks, you're still in there and you keep buying them now, you keep jumping into them now, you're going to get crushed. You got to start rotating. We started to rotate money last week. We were in all those stocks. We're still in them. We're still in Meta, Apple. We're still in NVIDIA, Amazon. We still got positions in them. But we took a lot of our money and moved the money over to oil. And our oil stocks we caught them perfectly. They one day went up 10% just in one day. We rotated, took money out of our tech. Our charts told us that money was going into the oils. And boy, were we right. Schlumberger, that's one of the best oil companies. Schlumberger took off 10% in one day. Now, where are they going to rotate the money to next? Probably the banks, because we're entering now earnings season, and the banks are the first ones that are up, and they always rig the banks. During earnings season, the banks always, especially the big banks, they always make sure they come out showing that they're making money, they're doing well, right? So every time you get into earnings season, I always tell my members, make sure you buy the S&P 500. Just buy the S&P 500 during the earnings season. Always goes up. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Just put a stop in. If it comes down 2, 3, or 5%, just get out. That's all. But mostly every earnings season, the S&P always goes up because it's driven by these tech stocks and the bank stocks. But the bank stocks, remember, the big banks, they're going to come out showing you how great they're doing. It's going to be the regional banks that are really suffering. But it's the big banks, the 8 biggest banks, or let's say the 5 biggest banks, are going to drive the whole market next week, the banks, and then it'll start falling apart. But our economy, our GDP growth, think about what's going on. Every time I hear the White House come out and say how great things are, wait a minute, Trump left behind an economic growth of 5%, and here we are, July, and we got an economic growth that is horrible. Terrible. 2.3% is the estimate for the end of this month. 2.3%. We talked about yesterday. He keeps claiming these 13 million jobs. It's all he. I created 13 million. It's a bold-faced lie. He only created 3 months. The other 10 million he threw in. Those are already existing jobs. They were jobs that were reinstated. The people had to leave. They were forced to leave their job, go home. They closed the economy. As soon as they opened up, they came back to work. The BLS calls them reinstated jobs. They don't create them. They don't classify them as new jobs. Only Joe Biden classifies them as new jobs. In the White House, 10 million. Biden claimed he had 2 years. 2 years. He cut the federal deficit by 1.7 trillion. He was so happy. He was whispering it. Do you have that cut from yesterday? Put that cut up. I mean, listen to this nonsense. Whispering it. What is this whispering? 1.7%. I really do.
Cut the deficit $1.7 trillion in 2 years.
Why is he whispering it? Because he knows he's lying. I'm going to shout it out. That is a bull-faced lie. He increased it $3 trillion in 2 years. $3 trillion. In fact, in the year 2022, he set a record deficit of $3 trillion. Are you kidding? No wonder he's whispering it. He maybe thinks not a lot of people are going to hear his lie. This is insane what's going on. But you got to learn how to sell short, and you're going to be just fine. You can't do that in your 401k.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have 2 people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Cut the deficit $1.7 trillion in 2 years.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Well, he should be Medicaid, 1.7 trillion. Nobody could find that number. I'm not joking. Everyone, where'd he get that number? Nobody could find it. He just made it up. Just made it up. You know, we're going to have the CPI number tomorrow, but here's the one you got to watch. And before I say this, the PPI number you got to watch. Before you got to learn to start rotating your stocks, and we'll help you. You got to rotate them, just like we did. We got into the 5 big tech stocks when nobody wanted them, and we were up anywhere from 20% to 40% gains on those stocks, depending on where my members got in. We rotated, we started to rotate out of those, and then we went into travel stocks. And this is really funny. Listen to this. This morning, they came out on CNBC, and they're recommending the travel stocks. Right here. Now, a little late, I would say.
Travel stocks continue to perform well. Norwegian Cruise Lines, Alaska Air, American Airlines, and Marriott all hit 52-week highs today.
So he's telling you about it. So basically what people are going to do now is go run and buy those at a 52-week high. Ask my gang. We bought those exact stocks when nobody wanted them. Here, I'll give you one. NCLH. How much are we up in that one? NCLH. Just to give you an idea, I think we're up 30%, 40% in that one, okay? So same thing with American Airlines, same thing with Alaskan Airlines, so and also Carnival Cruise Line. We bought those when our chart was red. There was no money going into those stocks, but this is what you have to do. You have to wait. You sit there and wait and wait and wait, and all of a sudden you start seeing money coming in. Just like the last few weeks, I kept saying to my gang, hey, we're going to make money on the oil stocks. Those oil stocks are going to start coming back. You watch. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited for about 2 weeks. That we thought it was going to be longer, but 2 weeks, and boom, they shot right up. Same with these stocks. We took money out of our tech stocks. We pushed them over. I said, let's push some of the money over to these stocks, these travel stocks. And I couldn't believe. So these stocks are already up 30, 40, some 52%. And now they're talking about, now what's going to happen? People are going to be jumping into these stocks when these are almost ready to sell short. See, that's how you make money in this business. Also, when there's action going on and stocks are going up in a specific group, like tech, people go nuts. They just jump right in them. They jump in. So if a stock's up 30%, they're jumping in. They didn't get in when it was up 2%. They get in when they're up 30, 40%. Now they're going to buy these same stocks that we bought that were up anywhere from, I'd say, 20 to 40%. They're going to buy them now. Here, take mine. Take mine. Here, take the gain stock. You can have ours. Because we're getting ready to short them while they're buying. And that's why 85% of people lose money. Because they don't know when to get into a stock. They don't know when to get out of a stock. They don't know when to add. They don't know when to short. All they do is buy a stock, and all they hear is the same stocks over and over. Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Apple. And they all jump in, and you're going to lose your pants. You watch what happens. This is going to be brutal. We got so many tourists, okay, that are in stocks right now. They have no idea what they're doing. They're just going to get clobbered. But let's go back to the PPI is the important one, okay? That's the one we're going to be getting on Thursday. Now, what they do is they take a basket of goods. They exclude, of course, food and energy. Now, let's think about this. In May, it dropped 4.6% from a year earlier. June, it dropped 5.4%. So here's what's going to be interesting. How much is the prices going to drop again? Now, people think, oh, prices are dropping? Deflation. So what you're going to hear from the Fake Business Network, oh, did you see prices drop? Let's say they go down another 6%. Prices went down 6%. And then Fake Business Network, this is great. This is terrific. You can buy stuff again. It's cheap. No. Because when you have the opposite of inflating prices, you have deflating prices. Interest rates go up. because there's no demand. That's why the prices are going down. But mark my words, these people at the fake business news networks, they're going to come out and tell you, isn't this wonderful? And you're going to see the market rally when they come out with that number. Okay, you're going to see it go up. Boy, this is wonderful. Prices are coming down again. No, you're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your job. It's not good. The consequences of the PPI dropping, deflating prices, interest rates go up, unemployment goes up, productivity drops, and defaults at the banks start going up. Defaults starting to go up at the banks. That's what's going to happen. There's no good news there. You don't have to worry about any of this if you would only learn how to sell short. And only learn how to sell short. And when do I rotate my stocks? When do I actually buy a stock? Then when do I get out? Instead of going looking for another stock to buy, why don't I just turn around? If I'm getting out, it must mean I think the stock's going down. And it will go down. Anytime we get out of our stocks, they always go down. Because we know the selling is coming in. We know that. Our charts tell us that. Our charts are never wrong. Our color-coded charts are never wrong. You've got to learn how to sell short. You got to learn how to rotate from one sector to another. If you don't do that, you have no chance of making money in the stock market. But if you know how to do those two things so easy, matter of fact, when you sign for the gang membership, you get 10 days free. At the end of 10 days, you're going to know how to do both. You're not going to be an expert at it, but you're going to understand it 100% more than you do now. So just join our gang. I mean, it's free for 10 days. So you at least get an understanding of what rotation is and how you sell short. If you're in a 401k, you're just dead.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Are you still optimistic the rest of the year?
Yes. I think we're seeing signs that the economy is coming back into balance.
The overall economy is just not in a very good place right now.
So who's telling the truth? Who's telling the truth? See, once you learn how the stock market works, you join our gang. Again, 10 days, don't pay a thing. Once you learn how a stock market works, you're not going to be listening to these jibber jabbers. What's he talking about? Because the economy, first of all, is so bad right now. But the jibber jabbers, you hear them, that's how great it is. And understand why we have this inflation. Let's put this in perspective. It was Biden's stimulus. All those stimulus programs he put in place. All that was printed and borrowed money. That's what got us into this mess. My God, that's easy to figure out. It was the Biden so-called stimulus. That's what built the federal deficit. That's why he's lying about the deficit. That's why he's lying and saying that, and he whispers how he cut it $1.7 trillion. He knows he's lying. He increased it $3 trillion. He didn't cut it by $1.7 trillion. In fact, in the year 2022, he set a record deficit of $3 trillion. So inflation wasn't caused by the consumer. That's what they want you to believe. That's what the White House wants you to believe. That's what the fake business news network wants you to believe. And by the way, the fake business news network and the White House, they work together, hand in hand, okay? When you see CNBC, they're already working hand in hand in the morning with the White House, what to tell you. So inflation was created because of this massive stimulus plan. When we had that lockdown, he sent checks to everybody. You're going to have to pay for that at some point. You don't get things free. You think you do, but you don't. And you're paying for that. You're going to pay for that with a 40 to 50% correction in this market. And it'll happen sometime in the next 3 months. We got the weakest 3 months right now. It may be October. But remember, we got the weakest 3 months, June, July, and August. Okay? So it may happen September, may happen October. What's going to happen? But what caused the massive inflation is the massive stimulus in that lockdown, those stupid programs. He funded it all by money printing and borrowing. And then what else did he do? He destroyed our energy independence. On purpose. He had to. He had no choice. He had no choice. He had to destroy it. Because, as I told you yesterday, by Trump bringing us oil independent, it was screwing up the Biden family enterprise. Because since 2002, they had their enterprise going. They were big players in the global energy market. You got to understand that, starting in 2002. They're partners, I told you yesterday, with, I think it's BHA or BHR. It's a Chinese company. It's backed by the Chinese Communist Party, and that company owns the largest refiner in Asia, and the Bidens are partners with the Chinese Communist Party in this refiner. That's where the oil came from. Remember, it came from our strategic oil reserves, and the Bidens sold it to the commies, the red commies, and that oil went through their refinery, which they own part of. Come on. If they didn't, they had no choice, like I said yesterday, to impeach Trump. They had to make sure we're no longer oil independent because that screwed them up. Remember, they were players in the global market. They're making oil deals. We couldn't be oil independent. They were in the middle doing deals with everybody, doing deals with all these gangsters, for God's sakes. All these different countries. OPEC, 8 million barrels a day we're buying from them. Venezuela, 92,000 barrels a day we're buying from them. Russian, 11 million barrels a day we're still buying from them. Iran, we're buying 3,000 barrels a day. That's why we couldn't be oil independent, because they're doing business with these gangsters, with these authoritarian governments. And then, as I told you yesterday, if they screwed up the oil deal, if they went in oil independent, that screwed up the whole market. We're oil independent. That's not going to work for the Bidens, because remember, they, as I told you yesterday, to transition into green oil, into green energy, which is making them a fortune, because remember, they're the brokers between China and, remember, China's got all that 40% of the copper. They got 30% of the world's nickel, 60% of the cobalt. They got 60% of lithium, 80% of these other rare minerals. And these are the minerals that are needed for all the windmills and the solars and the batteries. And who do you think's right in the middle of all that? The Hunter family. The Biden family, for God's sakes. That's why he had to make sure that the first day he got in office, what did he do the first day he got in office? Bang, made a deal. Said no more we oil independent, because it was screwing up their business, because it was screwing up the deal. If they stayed oil independent, keeping this country oil independent, they couldn't get the nickel and the cobalt and the lithium and all they needed for their green energy, which, remember, they're making a fortune on the batteries and all that crap. And by the way, this is another bunch of nonsense. I get so tired of hearing how we need to be on solar panels and windmills, and Biden keeps talking about that. That is so important, right? He uses that as an excuse for his massive debt and deficits. He's always talking about this green energy. He's always talking about how we need solar farms, and we need, and this is why he's doing it. He's doing it because they're making money. They're making money off of all this stuff. But forget that. You talk about cost. You cannot make money with solar farms, windmills, unless they're subsidized. They got to be heavily subsidized by the federal government. And what do? At the end of each year, they have that same they call them omnibus bills, which they put all they sneak in all the garbage, and that's where all the subsidies come for the windmills and for the solars. And remember, a solar farm, you got to have 8 acres, and that's $50,000 per acre. They don't make money. Solar doesn't make money. Wind doesn't make money unless they were being subsidized by you and me, the taxpayer. Do you know when you get rid of solar and you get rid of wind and you use traditional oil and coal, that you can read this anywhere. You can look it up. Energy for businesses and homes are 25% less. 15 to 25% less. Go ahead and play the code.
Wind and solar are already significantly cheaper than coal and oil.
That's a bold-faced lie, another lie. The only reason it is cheaper, but it's not. You and I are subsidizing it. So let's say oil and coal was $20. And so they say, well, it's cheaper. It's only $15. Well, wait a minute. You're subsidizing it to get the $15 with $50. They don't tell you that. So if you're using oil and coal and it's costing us $20 to heat our businesses and so forth, then they come out and make the argument, yeah, but it's only $15 with solar and wind. Oh, really? Well, your solar and your wind wouldn't be there unless we, the taxpayer, paid $50. Subsidize it with $50. Why do you think Germany got rid of all their solar and all their wind? All these countries in Europe getting rid of it. Because why? Because the subsidies are a killer. It's a killer. But this is just another lie. And this is why I'm telling you we're going for a crash. We're not in a recovery. The mistakes he made, his own benefit.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Okay, Steve, join our gang. I mean, look, if anything, just take advantage of the 10-day education so you at least understand how the market works. Understand that when they keep telling you how they're going to fight inflation, they're not fighting inflation. So when inflation is going up, what stock should you be in? What stocks shouldn't you be in? All day long, we follow the yields. We follow the yields. The other day, what happened? Powell, he sees the jobs come in a little hot, so yields go up. So now he starts raising interest rates, right? My Lord, this guy, he'll never fight inflation. He'll never fight inflation. And all the big inflation we can't control because that's the inflation that was caused by Biden and all those stimulus programs he put together because it was all printed and borrowed money. So now it's going to be interesting to say when the PPI comes in on Friday, on Thursday, are we going to have another drop in prices? And as I said, be very careful because if we have another drop, okay, then they're going to come out and lie to you, the fake business network and the White House, and say, oh, look at that, prices are going down. Okay, we're beating inflation. No, that's not what's going on. What's going on, people are tapped out. And when they're tapped out, for example, remember what I've told you over and over. They tapped out their savings. We got the highest credit card debt. We have the lowest savings. Remember, we were at 32%. Then we went down to 8%. Now we're at 2.3%. And then people started to take equity out of their home. There's just nothing left to pull from. So that stops demand. And when that stops demand, that's when you get in real deep trouble. And so when you hear how prices are going down, that's a good thing. It's a bad thing because now interest rates will start going back up. People start getting laid off. and we're going to have a worse situation than we had in 2008. Why? Because this all could have been avoided. This all could have been avoided. But again, it's all the same thing, right? All they want to do is keep printing money and all this green energy, and oh geez, it's just insane. But you can make money. You take advantage of it like we did. And when you join the gang, the first thing you're going to see is where we have our what we call our 6 stocks. The same 6 stocks we stay in all year long because we also short them. We buy them and we short them. And the 6 stocks that we have, we're in all year long, is JP Morgan. That's a good stock, right? Apple, that's a good stock. We have a gold miner, AU, that's a good one. MRO, that's oil, that's a refiner. And we have Boeing, we have Target, those are all good stocks. And then we have what we call our bonus list, okay? And what we have in our bonus list is like our Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Nvidia, and Amazon. And then we have the banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, and we have Morgan Stanley. So we have the top tech, and we have the top banks, and then we have the top oil, okay? And I mean top discretionary stocks. Like we have, for example, we have McDonald's, we have Starbucks, and we got Hershey. So we got the best group of stocks. So we stay with those 6 stocks, and then we go and pick our bonus stocks, and we're with you all the way. So you're going to learn how to sell them short, you're going to learn how to buy them, and you're going to understand what's causing the inflation. You're going to understand how important it is to follow the yields. As I said to you, they've been rigging this market now for 13 years. First, it was all, of course, with stock buybacks. If you want to stop inflation, that's why inflation won't stop. If you're going to stop inflation, you got to make stock buybacks illegal again. Stock buybacks is one of the biggest inflationary components we have. But they're going to keep doing that because you don't need profits and you keep moving up the stocks. What did I tell you the other day? The big tech stocks, right? If you take the tech stocks, you take the NASDAQ, 60% of the stocks don't have earnings. 60% don't have earnings. So think the tech stocks are at historic highs, and yet 60% of those stocks they have no earnings. Think of it, they have no profits. You don't need profits anymore. Everything's always rigged. But it doesn't matter if you know what you're doing. Matter of fact, it's even better. You make more money in a rigged market than you do a non-rigged market. You really do. And as I said, between our 6 stocks, and we have a good mix there, and we have a good mix with our bonus stocks, and we focus, that's our world right there, those bonus stocks and our 6 stocks, and because we can sell them short, we can buy them, we understand how they work with the yields going up and down. You're consistently making money whether the market's up, whether the market's down. You're consistently making money whether Biden's out there or somebody else screwing up the market, where there's inflation or there's deflation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If the job numbers is hot or cool, it doesn't matter, because that's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to invest in that environment. See, when you listen to CNBC and Fox Business, they're still having you invest like you did in the 50s and the 60s. What are you kidding me? What the hell's earnings? Who cares about earnings? I'm wrong saying that? When you got the tech stocks leading this market, big tech leading this market, right? All-time highs, and 60% of them don't have earnings. What's that mean? Nobody cares about earnings anymore. It's all speculative. It's all about following the money. It used to be when you looked at a stock, you'd look at one of the most important things you'd look at is free cash flow. How much cash does this company have to pay down on their debt? How much free cash flow does this company have to acquire another company? Boy, that used to be any important. I haven't looked at that in 8 years, 10 years? Doesn't make any difference to me anymore. It's all about following the money, and our charts do that. The charts do that for you. Our charts aren't like everybody else's chart. Go look at the chart you're looking at right now, right? You got a candlestick that's maybe 2 greens, and you got red, 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 then turns green, then red, green, red, green. No, our charts, the algorithms are set up to follow the money. So when it starts turning green, it means there's enough money to start buying. And then as you're in that stock as it goes up, if the institutions are pulling money out, it'll give you a warning. It'll turn yellow. So you know in time to take the money out. And then you get out of the stock? Of course not. When it turns red, you just flip your position, and now you're making money when it goes down. So the chaos that's in this market right now, and it's all the speculation going on, is a wonderful thing. That's just where you make most of your money. When the market's calm and people are buying based on fundamentals, who cares about fundamentals? When do you think was the last time that big tech, that somebody looked at a tech stock and bought it on fundamentals? People don't even know what fundamentals are anymore. I mean, it's ridiculous. So right now, the banks are a real major problem. Now, the banks are going to be the first ones to report. Today, they started to rally the banks. The first thing I told my members this morning, we're going to buy some banks because they're starting to rally. They're going to rally them going right into earnings season. And sure enough, BlackRock went up, our JP Morgan went up, the banks started to go up, okay? So, see, once you understand how the market works, you're always going to be in the right stock group. And you don't have to be looking at a million different stocks. You don't need always that hot stock. As I said, 6 stocks, you stay with those same 6, and then you have a few bonus stocks. And if that's your world right there, you know how to go long, you know how to short, and you understand how the market works when yields go up and yields go down. So easy, your kids could do it. Your kids could do it, okay? They got video games that are harder to do. All right, join my gang. Go to philsgang.com, all right now, and it's free for 10 days. And you'll have fun doing it, believe me. philsgang.com. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.